Hello, Fernando. Hello, Brian. Thank you so much, Brian, for speaking to me on the phone earlier. My name is Devin Norton, and in this quick video, I'm going to show you 3 tips that you can fix on your website right away so you can start beating pond roofing. Because if you type in roofers Fairfax, VA, they show up right here on the first page right under these directories. And so I'm going to show you how to show up there because they're making a lot of money doing that, and they're only doing things a little differently than you. You might be wondering why I would even make this video for you. It's really simple. I found out a little while ago there's a lot of small business owners and contractors out there that are so busy running their business and taking care of their customers that they just don't have the time to learn how to make the internet bring them more customers. And the only thing stopping them from hiring somebody to help them is they don't know who is an expert and who's not. So what I started doing was just creating these attack plans and just giving them away for free. Some people take this information and they do it themselves and they make a ton of money, and that's awesome. Some people say, you know what, Devin, I like you. I just don't have time to do this. Can you do it for me? Whatever you want to do with this information is totally okay with me. It's just free education. Now, I'm going to talk to you about 3 specific things today: content, backlinks, and citations. But I wanted to start by saying I was looking at your website before I started this video, and you did an awesome job on your website. It is designed super, super nicely. I really love this logo. Very, very unique. Beautiful high-resolution photo. I mean, you're going to get a lead capture right here from the get-go. So when people land on this page, there's so much you're offering them. You know, trust building right here, reviews, more trust building logos. Lot of great things on design. Now, what Google mostly cares about when it comes to ranking your website is content. Content is everything that you can read on your website, as well as whatever your images are saved as. So like, for example, if I go to your logo here, Google can read, it says logo-Skyfall. So your content, you want to have at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage. That's what the average website on the front page of Google has. And so if I go and I select all of your content, and I go to this word counter here, and I paste it, you have 292 words, while if we go over to pond roofing, we paste theirs in, you can see they have 731. So even though they have more than you, this is still a great sign because they're not at 1,500 words yet either. So by getting yourself to 1,500 words, you're going to blow them out of the water. But it also gives you more room to fit in what's called keywords. Now, a keyword is a phrase that somebody commonly types into Google to find your business, such as like roofers Fairfax, VA, right? And if you go over here, I pulled up a bunch of keywords in your area that you can check out. Roofers Fairfax, VA. 150 people search that every single month. So you can imagine if you were number 1 for that, how much money you would be earning being number 1 in front of 150 people every single month. And that's for one keyword. You've got roofer, that's a whole different keyword. That's another 150 people. Roofing, another 150 people. Manassas, VA roofing, that's 100 people. Roofing in Manassas, VA, it's 100 people as well. So you can see with just these 5 keywords, if you were ranked for these 5 keywords out of all of these, that would still be 650 people every single month ready to buy roofing that you're first in front of. Imagine how much money you would make. So what I would do is I would take these keywords and make sure that these keywords are inside of your content. So if I go here and I search your page, you can see you have zero, you don't have this on your page at all. So what I would do is right here, this at the top left here, you can see this is called your meta description. I would put roofers Fairfax, VA in that. And then right at the top of the page too, I'd put a little heading that says, "We are the roofers Fairfax, VA residents rely on," or something that allows it to fit it in. And then put it in your content a couple times. And then as well, you can save your image here, your logo, as roofers.fairfax.va. And so doing all those things is going to help you rank for that keyword, which is in turn going to help you get all those calls and all that money from people who are already looking for a roofer. Excuse me. That's my first tip for you. My second tip for you is called backlinks. A backlink is when another website is linking to your website, driving traffic to your website. This is really important because Google is kind of like a popularity contest. And so they want to see a bunch of trustworthy, relevant websites linking to your website, vouching for your website. Keep in mind though, like I said, they want to see trustworthy, relevant websites, which means you're going to get a lot more power if you have other like roofing companies or other contracting companies linking to you versus if you had like Pizza Hut linking to you, because Google knows you're not a pizza company. So the tool that I use to check out backlinks is called Ahrefs. It is a paid tool. You don't have to use it. There's plenty of free tools out there. Just go on Google and type in backlink checker, keyword planner. You can find all the stuff I'm showing you in this video. But it says you currently at Skyfall Exteriors have 23 backlinks coming from 14 individual sites. You're being found for 21 keywords, and they're estimating, take this with a grain of salt, but they're estimating 29 people hit your website every month. I say take this with a grain of salt because it's a tool. The only way to actually know is by looking at your website, your analytics. But if we go look at Pond, What this is relevant to is how high your keywords are ranking. That's how they estimate your traffic. And if you go over to Pond, you can see these guys are estimated 831 traffic versus your 29. And the reason why is because they're ranking so high for so many good keywords, right? And so with that in mind, you might be asking, how the heck do I beat them if that's the case? They have 3.9 thousand backlinks and 165 websites linking to them, while you guys have 14. If these backlinks are good enough to rank them, then they're good enough to rank you too. So all I would do is copy them. They've done all the hard work for you. I would just go website to website, just like they did, and put a link on each website back to your website, the exact same way they did. It's taking a little bit to load here, but you'll see in a second. Basically, here you go, Angie.com. You go on to Angie, you create a profile and put a link in your profile back to your website. That counts as a backlink. Same thing with Yellow Pages, exact same process. Bird Eye, Super Pages. You just go on these websites and build links the same way they did. And if you copy them and beat them in content, plus you beat them in backlinks, those two tips alone are going to be enough to get you organically above them right here. I'm going to show you one last tip though, and that's how to show up right here in the map section. This is the most valuable place to show up because this is where most calls come from. And to get here requires having more citations than your competitors. If you're wondering what a citation is, it's just when you list your name, your address, and your phone number inside of a directory. And if you're wondering what a directory is, it's just a website that allows you to list your name, address, and phone number, just your business information, such as like, Angie, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Yext, Facebook, YouTube, stuff like that. So what I would do if I were in your shoes, I would figure out what directories New Home was in. I'd put myself in those same directories, and then I'd add a bunch more on top. So like if they were in 150 directories, I'd be putting myself in at least 300. But that's all I've got for you, Fernando and Brian. I hope you guys found this informative and helpful. I tried to keep it short and to the point for you. As a super quick recap, you want at least 1,500 words of content on this homepage, and you want keywords in the content as well as behind your images and in your titles and stuff. Then you want to take the websites that are linking to Pond Roofing and get those websites linking back to you. And finally, you want to put your name, address, and phone number in more directories than New Home Exteriors. And if you follow these 3 tips, this is how you take the #1 spot on Google and start getting all the free calls that come with it. And you're probably asking, what do I do now? You have 2 options. The first one is to take this information and implement it. And if you decide to go this route, I recommend you start as soon as possible because it does take time to implement all this, and the sooner you get started, the sooner you start profiting off of your work. The other option is that let's say you want to get it done, but you don't have the time to, or you just have some questions. Feel free to give me a call. My phone number is 469-352-2524, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have and give you a free attack plan on what to do next. You can also just respond to the email. But either way, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It was great speaking to you earlier, Brian. Great to meet you, Fernando, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. See you later.